What is going on, everybody? Welcome over here to the channel. Today we kick it off with episode 36 of the Montana Cattle Ranch series. So sit back, relax, smash that like button, and hit that subscribe button. Don't forget we are doing a giveaway, information in the description below. Let's get to it. So today we kick it off on September 1st over here on the Cattle Ranch series, and we've kind of just been grinding the last couple months. Wasn't too much content going on. I mean, I could have mowed, but I figured I would just hold off and wait to do that. But today we have got quite a bit going on, and first things first is I've already emptied the manure pits, and now we're emptying the slurry tanks. And one thing I want to check out while we are here is we officially have cattle we can sell. It looks like our oldest set of cattle finally gave birth. So we have 20 new babies on the farm, and they've hit 28 months old. So now it is time to sell them off. So I'm going to do that right off the bat. And it looks like we're going to get $61,333 for these 20 head of cattle. And that's pretty cool. Finally, we've actually seen some money come in from these guys. It took a long time, but we did it. Now, I have been debating on switching them out to dairy cattle, but I think we're just going to roll with it. Why not? One thing that I kind of thought of is we could actually add dairy cattle to this pin, and that was kind of a thought, but I don't think I'm going to go that route. We'll just keep the cattle that we have in here, and when they give birth, we'll sell them off. I may go ahead and add some more, but I want to see what our funds are once we sell everything off, because we went ahead and talked to the co-op about buying that extra set of, or that extra land that they have by their property. And I talked them into buying it for $500,000. So I think that's what we're going to do after we sell everything off. And let me tell you, we have the mother load. It should be our biggest payday yet. Over these last few months of just grinding, we have produced tons and tons of mozzarella cheese, regular cheese, as well as fabric. And then we're sitting on I think I've got 200,000 liters of milk in our dairy here. We've got another 100,000 liters in the dairy barn. Something else that I had to go ahead and do is I put in a milk extension silo for the dairy cattle, because they are starting to produce milk like crazy. I'm thinking all the babies have finally grown up and they're producing milk too. So we have an absolute abundant amount of milk. And that's a big reason why we need to buy this property over at the co-op, because we've got to expand. We're going to have so many different goods rolling in that we have to do something with. And I think that's going to be our best bet, is to go that route. Otherwise, we're going to be selling, tankers full of just milk and not really making a profit off it like we should. So I think that's going to be the go-to route. Now, it looks like we are still emptying it. Yep. So let us go ahead. We've got almost 500,000 liters of manure in here. That was a lot of moving around. And then we've got almost, I'm going to call it 600,000 liters of slurry. So let us get this activated and activate this. We'll go ahead and park our semi, and we're going to make our way down to the co-op, because I've already got our truck over there ready to be sold off, And then we've still got a bunch of stuff we've got to pick up. So let me make my way down to the co-op, and I will see you there. Alright, so we made it over to the co-op, and I tell you what, this truck was struggling to get over here. I had to distribute the weight on this trailer just to get it down here. Otherwise, it kept popping a wheelie like before. So let's go ahead and do our first sell-off here really quick. It should be a very good payday for us. 564,000 plus an additional 42,000 from the environmental score. Very good. That pays for this chunk of land right here as it is. So it looks like we may be able to do some building today. So let me go ahead and load all this cheese and we'll do another sell-off really quick. So it's looking like we got an additional 30,000 liters of cheese. And this doesn't sell as good as the mozzarella, unfortunately, but it should still bring in a nice chunk of change for us. 104,000 plus 8,000 for our environmental score. I mean, that's not too bad. Now, let us see how much fabric we have ready. I know I just took in a huge load of fabric. I want to say it was last month. Or sorry, wool. We've still got 52,000 liters of wool left to be processed. And it looks like we've got about 24,000 liters of fabric. So let's go ahead and pull this out. Oops. There we go. So let's get this loaded up real quick. I messed up. As soon as I loaded it up, it went right back into the production. Let's try that one more time. Okay, it looks like it's staying this time. I think we gotta go in this menu one more time. And this should get it all out. There we go. 24,000 liters. This should be a really good payday off this. At least I'm hoping so. $220,000 plus an additional 16,000, and that puts us up to $1.9 million. Never thought I'd see the day. But let me go ahead and check on the factories, the beer factory, and let's see what we're doing over here. Oh no, we've ran out of barley. I forgot to take a load of it back to the factory when we got done harvesting those fields. So I think that's something else we're going to go ahead and do really quick. It does look like we ran out of corn, though, in the Jack Daniel's distillery. So that's not too big of a deal. I think we'll go ahead and make our way over there and go ahead and collect the beer and the whiskey that we have and sell that off too, just to see exactly how much money we have to play with. So I will see you as soon as we get over there and get everything loaded up. So we got all our beer loaded up, and it looks like we're sitting on 30,000 liters of it. Now, I was going to go ahead and grab the whiskey too, but if we remember what happened last time, I think I'm going to avoid that. I don't want to overload us any more than this. I think this may actually be overdoing it as well, but it looks like it's handling it just fine. But yeah, last time it flipped the truck and we were popping wheelies the whole time. Who knew beer was so heavy? Or cheese for that matter. So So let us go ahead and sell it here to the farmer's market, and let's see what we get off of this. 89,000 plus an additional 6,700 from the environmental score. Not bad, not bad. So let us go ahead and grab our whiskey and sell that off as well. This will actually be the first sell-off that we get to do with the whiskey, so I'm really curious to see how well it actually does. And I think I'm just going to pull in this way and just back it up. It's easier than trying to navigate our way around those cars. So let me get this loaded up really quick, and we'll sell it off as well. So we ended up with 26,000 liters of Jack Daniels, and I really like the way that they decorated these cases out. That's pretty cool. That's actually very well detailed. It's got all the information on it. That's very neat. Whoever designed this did a very good job. Like, very good job. So let us go ahead and back this up, and we'll go ahead and sell this to the farmer's market as well. Actually, before I do that, though, I'm very curious to see if there's a place on the map that buys it for more. I didn't think of that when we sold the beer off, but I am kind of curious if, like, there's another business that will pay more for the product. So let me go ahead and just pull into the farmer's market, and this is probably where I'm going to just sell it off anyway, but just something that kind of crossed my mind and I'm curious about. So let us go to here and all the way down. Oh, there is. Okay. So the farmer's market will pay $4,029. The strip mall will buy it for just a little bit more. Wow. I didn't realize there was this many places on the map that you could actually sell this to. That's pretty neat, honestly. I mean, and we're not too far from the peak. June would have been the best time to sell it, but still not bad. So let's sell this off, and let's see what our total is. And then we're going to make our way back down to the co-op and make a deal with them. So 104,000 plus, we'll call it 8,000 for the environmental score. And that puts us up to 2.1 million. Not bad for a few months of work. I wish I could do that in real life, let me tell you. That would be amazing. So let's go ahead and make our way down to the co-op, and we're going to make a big land purchase. So I'll see you there. Alright, let's go in here and make them a deal. I don't think we've been in here yet. I forgot they had all this equipment that we could lease out. Alright. Let's go ahead and get this deal done. And there we go. $500,000 later. We are the proud owners. Let's go ahead and take a look at it real quick. We now own this plot of land. I'm shocked that they don't have anything planted over here, but hey, it's ours. We can do whatever we want with it now. Now, if we kind of zoom out a little bit, this field is actually pretty big. I think I'm going to call up the company. We're going to get some dirt work done. We're going to have them bring in some gravel. But I think we're going to... Let me open the map. I think what we may do is kind of follow where the co-op land goes and maybe just come up this way and we use all this for like new productions and new factories, and then we use this part of the field and put some crops in the ground. I'm not exactly sure what we should put in the ground yet. I think I'll wait and decide that once we figure out what kind of factories we want to put in here. But hey, I'm happy to have this chunk of land that we can actually, you know, really start to expand on and put some new factories in place. I think it was a good idea at the end of the day. But I think we're going to go ahead and make some calls, get some gravel in here, have them flatten out this land, and I think maybe by next month we'll start putting some factories in. But I think that's where we're going to call it on today's episode. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you guys have a fantastic day. We will catch you guys on the next one. Peace.